move forward and go ahead and take her to this umbral side path here. Remember, gremlins do not need to be an umbral while you're down here. So, be able to look out for them. Ferocious movesets. Stinking attitudes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they just suck. So, where do we leave off on stats? 38. Okay, 2 more points, then it's all about health and endurance for a while. Now, it is important to add. I told you guys, go ahead and farm up their 7,500. Go get your 5 large Ceruleums over there from the traveling merchant back at the Skyrest hub, and get on up to +8. So now we're at +8 to a 243. Like I said, it's not as attractive as some other weapons, but with the smite. And the fast attacking attacks, oh shit, I did forget about that. Yeah, the pure holy damage, the smite, the fast attacks, while you're only getting like 250, it's pop, 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 4 hits, 250 is 1,000, and they come out really fast. So you could just stack up damage on the sheer speed of the weapon. Like, just because it's so fast, you're stacking up so quick. I mean, we're going through it with these weapons, enemies with a lot of health, and, like right there, 1,000 damage, That's 750, that quick. 500, you know what I mean? 500, and, we still have 2 more, and then we have a lot of levels and radiance to put. That's not to say we're not going to just change this weapon up later. We might not. But we might. It gives us that option. Let's go ahead, run, jump, or run, drop, roll. Ooh, yeah. So it's gonna pull this. I always actually forget about that, because not many areas have stuff like that. Who is just fucking me up? Rain is over there. Someone really annoying, I know that much. Alright, so about time to go fight a big face bro. And I think there's a couple little things like wither witches, and these, well, like the dead guys, not the monsters. But we're about to be on a platform, so before we get there, let's figure out what we can, alright? I'm gonna go back over here. Yeah, I'd like to clear up what we can and make sure we're buffed. That's like the main thing here. So I don't think any guys can follow us, but I was about to say, sometimes 1 or 2 of them will show up on this platform. Or 3. That's when we run and jump. Alright, let's try and get rid of him on the way in. There's going to be other guys too, so be on guard for that. But even so, he, has a huge chance to damage them as well, right? So there's always jump attacks, kind of spams the AoE out there, so. He's almost down. Yeah, he's done, Like I said, fast attacks make up for the lack of damage, but then when you add the smite into that too, it's just kind of a different story. The weapon just works different, you know what I mean? So keep in mind, this is a lot of buff stuff going too, though. But yeah, just getting to a point where, point in the game where all these enemies are starting to get a lot more health and do a lot more damage, so you do want to look at your weapon, especially when you're using your large Ceruleums. They're extremely rare. You're not going to get many chances to bring up too many weapons, so you want to, be sure about what you're using. So when I do find more weapons than I will, I'm going to have to, be careful about what I'm choosing to use. Alright, so with that extra armor up there, as a matter of fact, we're gonna, we want to go back up. Where's the seedling at? It's up higher, isn't it? Yeah, seedling's up there, but... Oh yeah, it does, okay. Usually I just take a butterfly, but I am trying to start saving those if I can. But we are going to get on back over to our seedling. And remember, we've already done all this stuff, so we could just drop straight down from here, you know. No sense of taking that long ass route around and dealing with gremlins and all that shit when we could just go on Umbral, which is kind of risky, sure, but we could leave Umbral as soon as we land. You guys remember. Early jump. Okay. And just like before, we've got our Umbral eye right there, right here. Just try to ignore everybody if you can. You can get away with it. Make sure you do it. Alright, so we got them out. So let's go move forward. So we are going to have a few of these Shadow Archer guys, some miners. Be careful for that. You guys know they like to hide. So right here. Take them out. Now one of these archers is going to have a parasite. Damn. Back to back much? Lock on sometimes. It's just kind of a joke. Okay. So now we got them down. We're going to do something really, really sketchy. So we're going to like this. Now what you want to do is to get all photos on the game, you have to do weird shit like this. So just get to the edge, roll off. I know it looks crazy, but you got to do it. I'm going to run, jump. You can't barely see this here, but it is here. Now you can jump down there and get the enhanced snake oil grenade, and this is an extremely late jump. Ugh, I'm telling you about this platform, guys. I wasn't just saying that to be a hater. Like, it's just poorly done. I mean, the level design stuff's cool. It's just how it works, or doesn't work most of the time. Is, you know, more of the thing. It's gonna get his drop. There you go. Fungus and Crescent Pickaxe. If it were to go Umbral, I'd have 2 of them. Could be a really fun, really devastating build we can switch in later in the game if we want to. I mean, this was designed for every build. We talked about that, and everyone had complete freedom from the start, but since I recommended this build, I kind of feel like I have to use it. I know I don't, but I mean, I did recommend it. It's not good for my favorite, just because I think it, be easy enough for newer players to understand how to use it. So we're going to go ahead and take one more gremlin. So, the game was obviously nerfed a bit. Every game like this is after it came out. There used to be like 5 of these guys down here, and now there's only like 2. So, it's not going to be so bad. Nimble Ring, that's does exactly what you would think. It's agility. Like the Brawn Ring is for strength, right? And income points. So now we're going to run, as it drops down, just roll off. There's going to be a Mimic. There's always a Mimic right here. I've only seen it in different places one other time, to be honest with you. So we do want to be careful. Well, let me see, it's 7. Because we have 7 seedlings, I'm going to go and plant one. I usually do, but I want to try to save them if we could. We can buy it. We can find them left and right, but still. Alright, so moving ahead, about to get some really badass Umbral stuff. First off, a pendant that lets you cast sorceries with no mana. So I have to tell you how that's, not very powerful, but it's only for Umbral builds. That's kind of the thing about it that you gotta keep in mind. I guess we'll get them when we come out. So there are going to be a few gremlins in here, so just, make sure you're aware of that. If you got some range, probably wouldn't be the worst idea. So if you go in here and get the Pendant of Atrophy, and it's just really nice, really nice. There's a downside to it. As always, with powerful items, there's always a downside. But if you know how to use it right, the downside's not going to, be bad at all. So, Pendant of Atrophy. So how this works is if you notice, you go down here, Umbral builds only, a pendant incorporating a strange stack, beneath the surface of which writhe fleeting, swords, his bases, umbral sources can be cast with insufficient mana, but at the cost of withered damage. Regaining withered health by dealing damage is reduced. So what you do with this is while you have that on, you can cast with no mana, but every time you cast a spell, it's going to wither your health. But when that spell lands, you get your health right back. So it's essentially makes you immortal. And literally, you have infinite mana. You do. Like I said, your health is going to get withered, but then the spell lands that you cast, and you get it right back. So as long as your spell is not missing, you're not getting any withered health, or any withered damage. We're going to take them out. Go over here, get a shortcut, and then we're going to kind of turn right back around, go right back where we were. Let's go like that. So this would be a different area. In Umbral, there is a Reaper. Keep that in mind. Your withered arrows. Now we're going to go this way, and this is just a dead end where you actually meet Winterberry. So we do want to go ahead and talk to her. Then we could report back to Byron at any time, and we have met the requirements for that quest.
I'm Winterberry. I like a long time.
She has a lot of good rings and stuff like that. Respec items.
And that's how I'm keeping it for myself.
So celebration gesture. You're gonna need that for trophy. All right. So
got
pendant. Increases spell power. Increases spell power at the cost of one spell slot. So you use a spell slot to get spell power. This is just a straight up increase. I'm sure it's really strong, as it's it's more expensive, and it's a more expensive option. But also you got to remember it doesn't cost any spell slots or anything. So it's probably a much better item. But yes, this also will increase your your spell damage, but you're gonna lose a spell slot. So keep that in mind. Doing blood loss also creates posture damage. Crossbow bolts cost less ammunition. Please excuse me, I need a drink. Pretty bad, I'm guessing. Now this is going to give you more posture while you're casting sorcery, so less of a chance of being interrupted. Rebirth chrysalis. So keep in mind this, and this are all needed for your platinum. So let's just grab a couple of these cheap ones for now. She won't sell this, even with the quest complete and all that. That's Byron's pendant he was talking about, but she'll never end up selling it, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so we need 7,500, 800 or 8,000 to get the rest of what's here.
Bye bye. Hello. I've got a shop.
We do need it. We really, really do need it. All of it. I mean, we're obviously not going to have what we need, but while we're here, why not get rid of some junk? It's like 400, it's like 15. So there's nothing really else that we could get rid of from what I'm seeing. At least we do have 4,400 though. Alright, so let's go and work our way out of here. We'll talk to Byron at any time. It doesn't really, matter. As long as you talk to him before you go anywhere else, it'll be good. And still, you could probably go to the Fife and do all that stuff, but, you really want to be careful. There could be multiple triggers. I know one trigger, and I mentioned the trigger, which is going to Upper Karath, but there may be another one, but we've talked to her, so as long as we talk, yeah, but still, without talking to Byron, I can't promise that, because you met her, but you haven't told him, and that's the thing, you gotta tell him it's only a girl, not to kill her. Alright, so as we go forward, this is how we're going to progress, and this takes all the way down to the main boss. But right over here, and this is where our final upgrade mat for this build, or for your weapons are, get you up to +10 on whatever weapon you're using. Not right here, but we're getting these other items. So there's actually a parasite. Did we get it? We got one, we're going to pop. Look, at sometimes you can damage them enough, with it, so. But right there, this is Beryllium Chunk as the last upgrade you are going to need to bring your weapon up to +10. So you want to make sure we get that. It's probably the most valuable item in this. There's not many things like that in the whole game. And final upgrade mats are really rare. So as we move forward, what we're going to do is big guy's going to come to hold the bulwark. We're throwing him off the edge because he's just very tough fight. We're fighting other guys too. It's, make it easy as we possibly can. So if you go this way, there's another really big guy up here giving base units of resonance. Enhanced Forsaken Grenade, obviously. But there's going to be 2 archers, one up here. Come on, fucker. Did we get him? Nice, we got him. Yeah, the other one right there, and there's that really big guy, so... Oh, we got 2 ants in that one. Like I said, really big guy, a lot of health. He does have the same exact moveset as Holy Bulwark, so if you know you fight him, you fight him 1,000 times, same guy, or same moveset, still a big guy as well, but you know he's doing different stuff. Not to mention he could also buff up with Holy and you know stuff like that. So now before we do anything else, let's go get the best catalyst in the entirety of the game, best Umbral catalyst. I mean, for Umbral builds, you guys are going to find a few other catalysts going through, like in the next few episodes, going to the Frost region, going up to use the Pilgrim's Perch Key. I can think of 2, you got the Hungering Knot, and there's one more. But this is the best one in the game, you know? So there's no sense of going, even though you're finding the other ones later, this is kind of like a secret hidden area. So, you know, this is the best one. There's no need to switch to one of the other ones, even if the base damage might be higher. I promise you the scaling is going to be so high on this that it's going to, you know, outclass everything without even trying. It's like that. Now, this is a Strength Radiance weapon, and one I would highly consider going to, and I am highly considering it, actually, because of the fact, I mean, it's a Colossal Sword, so we're going to have to respec higher Strength, less Radiance, but real beefy attacks, right? And it does 200 smite, 234 Strength, 20 Radiance, damn near backwards of what we have now. So all we'd have to do is respec into higher Strength, lower Radiance. But we can go, what would it be if we switch those around? 38 Strength, 20 Radiance. Then we can take 4 out, and we could probably, yeah, we could probably be exactly at 34, right? Or 34, 24, something like that. So that'd be really nice, you know what I mean? Because we could be at 38 or 28, 30 right now, which would be shy of that, but not much. And kind of keep those stats together, because you want to use your spells too, and most of them are going to have a 30 radiant spell requirement. So because of that, you do want to keep that in mind, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it's a phenomenal weapon. 200 smites, outrageous. Like, this is crazy. I mean, by the end of the game, we'll have enough strength. If we didn't stick with just Radiance, and we did Strength and Radiance together, we would have, you know, the stats to use every single Radiant weapon in the game. Every single one. I'm trying to figure out where that smite is. There you go, Lost Brousseau's Catalyst. While we're here talking about stuff, I want to bring it up. 2020 on your stats. C+, unupgraded. So, you know, really, really, really good. 97 plus 36, 5 spell slots. All the best ones are going to have 5 spell slots. But yeah, I'm really considering that. I want to do Pure Radiance. It gets easier to do one stat other than 2. But I've always done dual builds in, you know, Lords of the Fallen. So, regardless, I think it's more than okay. You're just not going to have high stats, you know, at the end of the game, but you could be like 40-40 by end game, so, you know, more than enough. But from there, we're just going to head on down. Keep in mind you can plant a seedling of this. So if you're feeling like, you know, you're worried about the run back, you know, it's okay, go ahead and plant it. We'll get more, but I will tell you the best is right under here. Doesn't mean you're going to make it. Get a crossbow, some more bolts and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to make it, though, but I will tell you it's close. I think, you know, we'll be pretty good. And that's where we came from. Yo, if you are doing Kukajan's quest, you do need to summon her for this boss fight coming up. I figured I'd mention it now, just in case I forgot while I was kind of thinking about it. So these guys are not on this level, but the guys on the next level are going to have a parasite. Don't you dare. It's like every time I heal, they're hitting me before I can get that wither back, and they're just taking all of my damn health. But just try to get past this. I mean, we don't even have to risk it if you guys don't want to. In fact, we're not gonna. Just in case, just run down these stairs and take a right turn. There you go. Nothing to worry about now. I guess we could go and rest, grab a level. Why not? Like I said, I do want to get on up to 30 or 40 at least. Oh shit, we already rested. Forgot. Alright, so we're about to just go on up there, finish clearing that up, and then get into the boss fight. Very challenging, your boss fight. Definitely one of the harder ones in the game. There's no doubt about it. I'd put it up there with probably 3 hardest bosses, maybe even 2. 2 hardest bosses. And that would be like Judge Cleric and then Dervla, who we're about to face. So, no. Yeah, even though there's a bunch of other bosses. I mean, the brothers, the Hollow Brothers, you know, that's, we'll get there. That's pretty tough as well. So you can't trigger this but roll off. We could take it to go talk to Byron, but we could also just fast travel and be quicker at this point. So everything there is cleared up. There is one more item to dagger right here. Make sure you get that. Because, you know, you need all that stuff for platinum. And if you're doing a dagger build, you know, I don't even refer to dagger builds because I know they're so rare, like, people aren't usually into that. Well, you know, it's such a short weapon. Yeah, I've never fucked around with daggers in this game. I mean, no reach. I mean, I'm sure some do some pretty cool stuff, but for right now, it's like, you know, all I'm seeing is no reach. Maybe a little bit of wither or something like that, but, you know, not too crazy about it. So, we are pretty damn short for a level. I just hate having souls before a boss fight, but we're good. We're going to go ahead and go on in. So, Dervla is a 2-phase boss fight. Each phase has a whole health bar and technically different people. Like, you kill her and then some spirit jumps in her, pretty much is what's going on. She uses a greatsword and a crossbow with spread shots. So, her crossbow shoots out like 5 arrows of umbral magic. Or, you know, umbral inflicting darts. And then they have a delayed explosion. She could also buff her weapon with umbral magic. It's a colossal greatsword. She's kind of hunched over. Really telegraph moves, really slow swings, but when they hit you, they hurt really bad. And you can soul play her in the first phase, but it's just being patient, dodging those attacks, and you get a lot of time to get your own end, so it's not too bad as long as you're just hardly swinging. You're just waiting for her to swing, then you dodge and get attacks in. So be more offensive, or be more defensive than offensive here. Like, that's probably the biggest thing. And besides that, her second phase, she's going to come in with a huge AoE shockwave. Kind of sends a wave way out. You just dodge through that. She can summon up these nails, these huge nails that kind of circle her. They'll get real wide. Just kind of run away from that. She can try to heal herself using poison. We'll get rid of her healing as poison, you know, destroys wither. Or you can just use ranged attacks too. So while she's healing, she's popping with ranged. Also, her nails can do slam attacks and kind of chase you down. Watch out for that. She cannot be soul flayed in the second fight. So just keep all that stuff in mind, guys. We're going to go on in. So she usually will fire 1 bolt when you first come in. Like I said, just kind of wait for your moment. She's still much faster than you think she'd be. I'm just kind of taking it slow, right? Dodging around. She will do that out of nowhere. Like I said, delayed explosion, so watch out for that. I'm kind of just fucking up here, using my first heal. Now, usually I always die the first time. I don't know why. So she doesn't always do that, so I wasn't ready for it. But even still, like for this first run, we're absolutely killing it. You know, we're using her health. She's fucking us up too, but kind of just like taking my time and chilling, you know what I mean? Just being, like I said, being very defensive, right? And I think that got off. Now this is going to change, so she always leads in on the same thing. Like I said, big AoE, we're going to dive on through this. Try to. Alright. It came out faster, I remember. Go run into it. Like I said, her moves is a little bit different. Phase is definitely harder. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And her timing's also different, is what I'm remembering now. Work around her. Smite's really doing good against her as well. Yep, there's the nails. Oh, that's new. At least you never did it to me before. Alright, this is going to be her healing, so she's going to get her own healing going. Fuck. Yeah, I can, like, potentially one-shot you. Why have I never seen this shit before? I shit you not, I swear to God in my life, I've never seen her do either one of those moves. Alright, late dodge. Yeah, you see what's going on. I should have probably played this a little bit differently, but it's okay. I knew about this. This is the move I knew about. But when it came straight at us, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright, never been Umbral. I didn't think we were going to win this fight. Like I said, there's a few fights in this game where we're probably going to lose. You know, at least one time. It's only when the nails line up where you have to actually worry about them. This is where you hit her from range, or you poison, so all the health you just got is now gone. That's her little combo. And that's Durva. Took every single heal, every single resource, and I was one hit away from being dead, but we got, you know, we got it first try. It's not, you know what I mean? It's one of the harder fights in the game, but like I said, these bosses in this game, I can't really say are hard. Some seem really hard the first time, but you just learn quick from it, I guess, you know? So that it's like easy, it's just not hard either with it being that telegraphed. I mean, if you're patient. Sometimes I get some big combos in, but you know, for the most part, I'm just kind of chilling out, right? Do keep that in mind. So this is going to lead you to Mother's Lull. This is the heart of Umbral, and you know, that's how you're going to get your secret Umbral ending. But you need to spend 50 Umbral scourings to do so. I'm so glad we just died there. I wasn't even thinking about that shit. So yeah, it's going to cost you 50 Umbral scourings. And which is, you know, another reason you cannot do, you know, this platinum in a single playthrough. Even backing up your saves and all this other stuff, you're just not going to be able to get enough Umbral scourings. You're not going to be able to do all the quests as they interfere with each other. You get all the endings and unlock all the classes. Getting some trophies are going to wipe out that save of you unlocking a class. If you go and back up the save before that, before you got the class unlocked, you're going to lose that. So it's just about what you want to lose at a certain point. You know what I mean? So let's go on back, get our souls. Then we're going to talk about the boss, Remembrance. Now, this is probably one of the better ones in the game. There's a shit ton of items here. Like, there's so many items, it's insane. It's literally insane. You're getting a great sword, you're getting a crossbow, you're getting a weapon set, you're getting spells. Like, you're getting so much shit. She's got all three. Spells, armor, and weapons. Some, you know, a lot of enemies didn't have all three, guys, if you guys remember. I'm just gonna butterfly out to save time. Pietà had spells, armor, and weapons. She had all three, but just not as many. Congregator of Flesh had a weapon and had a spell. No armor, right? So, some do, some don't. Lost train of thought thinking about the boss Remembrance. So, let's go ahead and get up to 40 radiance. Then we're going to jump over here and start working on... Wow, damn, that many points our vitality. She's already at 23. It's typically the point in the game where I start getting into this stuff, as you know, it is important. So we're at 23 of vitality with the rune, which we're reading 25. So we only need like 5-10 more levels. You only need more endurance for this build, pure radiance. If you want, you know.
But don't be hasty.
Unfortunate, and his rule after all. And that's just so you're able to swing your weapon more. You know what I mean? So Umbral builds, your build at this point should be complete. Besides your upgrades, Rosman's sword with Lost Pursuit's catalyst. And the spells from this is probably one of the most solid builds I can think of in the game, period. Quality builds, 29 strength, 29 agility, 200 to frostbite, ultra great sword with wither and physical. You're welcome. Hero Dirkless sword is just a phenomenal weapon. Phenomenal weapon. Then you get a crossbow, 16 strength, 20 agility, more of a quality build as well. Fire 54, Holy 54, Wither 61, Physical 151 plus 15. Then of course her armor set. I really like this helm too, to be honest with you. Didn't it just say we have 62 umbral scourings? Now it's only showing 50. What did we just spend 12 on? I don't remember doing that. Anyways, that's trippy. It just said 62. That's what I look. 60. Oh, I looked at my level. I'm fucking retarded. I'm just tired. It's getting late. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I thought I was getting ripped off. Umbral builds. This right here is probably one of the best spells in the game. And someone's about to tell me I'm wrong right now, and I'm going to tell them why they're wrong. So this throws out like 5 orbs in front of you in a spread, right? And they all go off, and some will hit the enemy, and they'll do decent damage. They'll do respectable damage. But we're using it like that, it's not going to be a spell that really pops out at you, and a lot of people think it sucks because of that. It's not, it's not as good as you say. Well, what they're doing is they're using it wrong. So what you really want to do is fire this at the ground under the enemy's feet. What's going to happen is all those orbs will not be able to spread out, and they're all going to go off at the same time and literally melt people. I was fighting a skin stealer with like a +5 lost Bestows. That's it. And it one-shotted a skin stealer. So that should tell you everything you need to know about that spell and catalyst right there. Then this one summoned one giant nail from beneath the ground, damaging enemies within its vicinity. And this is really cool because it's about the size of this room. It's so big. It's so big, y'all. So it's completely different from what it was for her. But believe me, it's badass. Now we're about to go talk to Dumbmire, and we might need to rest. But after Revelation Depths, he's going to sell us Lucid Beam. It's a holy beam of light that just comes from out of your hand. It is completely, it's sick. It's sick.
You serve a higher purpose.
He doesn't have it yet.
To strive in
Let's go ahead and rest. This is probably one of the better, not probably, this is definitely one of the better radiant spells in the game. Now, other from this, the biggest radiant spells we're going to find is one in the Manse that makes a bunch of great swords and radiant magic come from on the ground. They like slide forward at enemies. It's fucking really cool. And then we can make it rain lightning for like a while, like create storms of lightning. Pow, 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 pow. It just goes off forever.
Presented with my findings really cool. In the manner I am
we get that from doing Stoneman's Quest. If you don't do Stoneman's Quest, you're not going to get them.
I must
really
learn
important.
More. Supposedly, and last and
this is where he starts losing his mind from the Umbral book. Crusader. He was all against Umbral and this, that, and the other before. So now he's going to read this Umbral tome and start just getting fascinated with Umbral. Then he loses his mind. We even find him down in the heart of Umbral and everything. He loses his mind. And after that, we get his badass cane. We get his catalyst, best radiant catalyst in the game.
You'll serve a higher purpose. Crusader.
Right here, 1650. So we need a little bit for that. And then also the red hand, which is just a physical weapon. Nothing crazy about it. Quality builds. And we already had this. But yeah, Lucid Beam, we want this. We want it bad.
You serve a higher purpose, Crusader.
I actually like it so much, I quit using my range whenever I have it. If we have to put on our range temporarily, we can. Because, that projectile is going to be launched way further. It's going to have way better distance. But I like to keep it here. So I got a quick slash, which is really powerful. We have Pieta's weapon, spell, which is a boss spell. It comes out for a good AoE. And that, one good range. But this works as range as long as it's not too far away. And we have one weapon buff. Anything more than 4 spells, like they have catalyst for 5 spells, but it might be a bit much to keep track of all that. You know what I mean? So I do like this though. These are 4 really strong ones, and we'll switch them out for better ones. But I like having 4. Now Lucid Beam. So this will be our new range option. Look at this shit. Look at that. And you can just hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it until you're out of mana. And having 40 radiance ain't too shabby, you know what I mean? It's really going to help us out with that. Either way, guys, we have some stuff, little loose ends to wrap on up. So first stop will be over here at the mines. Oh, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, hold on, because this is really important. We never reported back to Byron. Because what we're going to do we're actually about to jump to the hoist, go over Byron's dialogue options, so he doesn't kill the girl. Then we're free to go to Upper Cowrath and get the Pilgrim Perch key. So.
Right. When I find her, I'll stay. If you writer thought of a poor girl down there alone in the dark, Katrin wouldn't have ignored. If you thought
Okay,
Katrin
so we're good
have
here. They're going to move on to their next spot, and we'll go trigger that and get another Umbral Eye and a trophy. But first, let's go ahead and knock out. Where are we at on time? Okay, 35 minutes. We're going to go ahead and knock out the sunless skien key. So to do this, I never handed him the Umbral Tome, but that's fine, that's good. When we hand Delmire the Umbral Tome, he'll start hanging out in there with like Molhu, and that's his last spot before his quest ends. He pretty much wants us to go to the Tower of Penance, and we get there through, Pilgrim's Perch Key, but we still have the Frost region, so we gotta knock that out. So this is, like I said, a really small side area. You notice how much damage we're doing up here, because these guys are kind of on level with lower Cowrath guys, so. Which is only like one zone again, one zone away, so. We're going to go down to the right, buff up for a Ruiner, and Mr. Potato Head should be also a Rogar along the way. And over here, we're pretty much just getting like upgrade stones, but we're also, after we take out the Ruiner and the big face, Mr. Potato Head, we will get another heal upgrade. And we should be able to upgrade our heal, because we did pick up one in Revelation Depths. I don't remember upgrading since then, so. And if you want, we can go and try our new spell. Look at that, that's a Ruiner, guys. Just shredded his health. Shredded his health. Use half our mana, but that's why we have Mana Stone clusters. You know what I mean? If I could use up half my mana and get rid of a very elite enemy, I'm fine with that early on until we get better options. I mean, when our Callus, if it was fully upgraded, I think it would have been a different story. We wouldn't use so much mana, we'd be putting them down quicker. Let's go ahead and take Mr. Potato Head out. Cut through this man like butter now. Look at that shit. That's insanity. I love it. I love it. Alright, it's gonna get your heal upgrade. Now we can go ahead and grab that shortcut to Lower Cowrath. The first one. There'll be one more. That's that plank you guys seen a long time ago. Just because I know he's gonna come for me. Oh, you bitch. You know what? Just so we don't get killed. I swear it's gotta be a malfunction for him going off that long. He's not doing nothing else. There's no way this is not glitched. He's not doing any other moves. There we go. Yeah, I've never seen him do that so many times before. That was wild. Alright, so we got everything worth getting. Ruiner sleeves. That's one more thing down. I think we got his pants too, or chest armor, something. So we'll have to farm him up for a few more items, but nothing too bad. So I'm gonna go forward, get the Enchantress. That's okay. It's gonna start happening faster and faster later we get in the game. Enemies are doing a lot of damage at this point. Really fastly. A lot of damage really quick. So a lot of this, you gotta really use your head or be really offensive, like really big time on the offense, guys, because a lot of these enemies, they do, man. They are just gonna fucking melt your shit. We're about to go to the fight to show first next episode. I'm gonna show you what I mean, because every enemy out there, every single enemy can one-shot you, two-shot you at most. Every single one. Doesn't matter if they're weak or they're strong. Frostbite is way overtuned in this game. Way overtuned. To the point it really takes away from Zone in my opinion, sadly, because I really did like it. It was really cool. You're like up in the mountains and the cold region, and it's really badass. But they made the damage so much out there with the frostbite, it's literally hard to enjoy yourself. You're always frustrated, and that is obviously always going to take away from the experience. It's always going to. You're supposed to give the player a challenge, but not just keep them completely frustrated the entirety of the zone. You know what I mean? Good news is this doesn't take long to do. So we're just gonna go get it over and done with and move on. It's definitely my least favorite zone, not even close. And that's not even because of this huge damage spike out there, but just when we go up top, it's like the radiant type zone. We're getting different enemy types. It's really cool. I mean, the level design is outstanding. It's more like you would expect, like castles. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool. It's more like a Souls game, like castles and forts. So that really shines. Then going through Lower Kara, it's really well set up for level designs in the Soul game. Really cool. So in the Underground, Revelation Depths, these are zones that stand out to me. I don't even know if you have to do the fight, honestly. I could be wrong, but it's like you can get the Pilgrim's First Key, go to the Manse, go to the Abbey, Tower of Penance, Empyrean, and then probably go to Upper Kara. Like, that's the whole game. I don't know if the fight has anything to do with that or not, but I do know we want all the stigmas, and we need them, and we need the trophies. You have to do it. But I'm not sure if it's optional or not. I mean, I wouldn't think it would be, but now I'm thinking of it, I can't think of a real reason you would go, as far as the story. Alright, so let's actually go up the ladder first, knock this out. So there should be 2 Brogar as we go up. There's also going to be some stones. Only 1 large, but you get a few regular and a few small. I think it's like 4 small, 2 regular, 1 large. Bro, I can't see that. We haven't even used any of our heals, so this works. That was a clean ass parry. That was a clean ass parry. I actually only meant to block. I was just new the AoE would expect that, so I was just trying to block. I didn't realize there was a parry. Alright, so as you go in here to the right, you gotta get your stones. There's only, okay, so 3 regulars, 4 smalls, and 1 large. Okay. Yeah, there's only really one thing left to do, and that's going to do a brawl fight against Skien Stealer. Just get like some fire salts and a spear, I do believe. It's actually the Skien Stealer spear. We've talked about this a lot about earlier bosses becoming regular enemies, and it's just the Skien Stealer's turn. That's it. Try and be impatient, wouldn't I? Alright. Alright, going forward. No, not that one. Where is it? So there's lava down here. Usually you're in Axiom, you see lava or water or anything, you enter Umbral. This will kill you in like the second flat step in it, but you go in Umbral and it disappears. We're in Umbral right now. It's not the case. It doesn't ever go anywhere. So, like I said, we do have the Skien Stealer. There we go. Wanting to hit our spell on him, but he can cover a lot of distance and he can do it pretty quickly, so we don't want to toy with him too much. He's definitely, he's a regular enemy now. He's definitely still a threat. His moveset, and having 4 arms, let's be real, it's not exactly a pushover. I'm not gonna say he's the hardest enemy in the game, but you definitely want to take him serious. That's for damn sure. All right, so get your souls. Give us another level. Take everybody out. And we can just go and butterfly. We did get our other shortcut, right? Yes, we did. And we'll go and butterfly out. We'll get more of these. I'm not really worried about it. So from here, let's go and grab a level. And we're going to actually warp over to the hoist again. So if you farmed up the Pilgrim's Perch key, you guys have had all those weapons, large stones, and all that stuff already. Now that we've done Winterberry's quest and talked to Byron...
If you right ever thought of it, Katrin wouldn't have ignored such a plight. And she'd not see me do so either.
Just make sure you have that dialogue. And unfortunately, we've planted so many other seedlings since the one we had by the original skin stealer we fought. We are going to have to go through this again. It's the only way, but we can just do a straight run forward now that, you know, we got all the shortcuts and stuff. So that's good, at least. Buddy, show your big ass out. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of unfortunate you gotta go through all this crazy shit again, but you know. Gotta do it. It's the only way to get back there, unfortunately. Okay. You know, I wonder when you get those procs on elemental weapons, when you upgrade it more, you get more scaling, if like the damage you get from smite knocks out more health now. It kind of seems like it's doing more of their health bar when that smite procs too. It would be really badass. There's like certain rooms that actually boost the damage of smite too. And why didn't we get any health back in the first few hits when we were withered? Is this Umbral Eye backfiring and making them immune for 8 seconds too? What's that, you know? But it's okay. So now we are all clear to go to Upper Calroth. Now we're not going to do Upper Calroth until after the Frost region. But as soon as you get up here and get the Visage, we'll have that just to jump back whenever we like. But more importantly, as soon as you open the door, that's the trigger for Stoneman to move on. If you have not gotten all Stoneman's armor sets and you're worried about it, you might want to do it. I'm not worried about it because if we clear out like Dumbmire and Molhu and Gerlinda, I'll just get him on New Game Plus. But we will see him, you know, later game too. You know, when we get up to the Abbey, the Manse, the end of the Manse and the Abbey. He's at 2 locations there. So we have more chances, but you know, once we see him again, whatever spot you see him at, just know you better farm right then and there. You're gonna miss it. Your Stoneman's quest ends really shortly after. Really shortly after. So this is not the actual trigger. The actual trigger is coming right here. So with this, we are finally ready to head on to our next region. I am wondering. In our next region, we get our respec crystals for free. So if you want to do different builds, but you do got to keep in mind, you ain't gonna have the upgrades. So you might, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to farm up a bunch of larges. That's the only way you'll be able to do so. But we do get one for free. And if you guys want to do one of the farms, you'll be able to, you know, get your larges. But either way, right there, Stoneman's Note, Pilgrim's Perch key for free, and map of the Belled Rise. Now, we're going to go back to that very, very, very much earlier zone we did, episode 2 from the Sanctuary, when we got all this side path stuff. And the reason for this is actually where Byron and Winterberry have moved to, and we'll be able to come over here and get Umbral Eye, a trophy for completing his quest. And you got to get all eyes for another trophy. So that's what I said. You'll lose out essentially on 2 trophies if you don't do it.
I didn't expect him to think. Anyway, it took some so I can keep
Let's grab
accounts. She
all this
deserves
dialogue.
some, probably, you know. Aye, seeing how it makes. Speaking of, I've never, but it might do.
There you go. Moving on, trophy earned. Umbral Eye of Etheric. Now talking to her.
I asked him once.
We have some new items here.
Byron says this. Hello.
So you see nothing new
I've
so
got a
far,
shop.
besides some consumables. So as far as her stuff, you still need this, you still need this, you still need this. If you're like me and you only bought the other one. So we gotta get all this stuff here. It's 8,000, don't have
Bye
it.
bye.
But talking to her again gets a lot more stuff you gotta get.
Hello.
Bam. Now you gotta
I've
get
got a
this,
shop.
this, 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 and you'll never get that.
I'm keeping it for myself.
So do keep that in mind.
Because I love it so much.
However, you know, this stuff's good too, but you need it all for the trophy. So, physical wither on Byron's weapon, nothing too crazy about it. It's just a shovel. I guess it's like an axe. That's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, you gotta get all this for your trophy stuff, guys. Every last bit of it. But it's good stuff to grab anyways, because when you're looking, guys, what do you see right here? Boost spell power, right? So that's not gonna be bad. This is a really good one. This is a new one. So when you do ignite, the target also becomes burned. Like hell, you can't.
Bye bye.
But yeah, we are gonna have to farm up and get all this stuff. Now we're almost out of time with this episode too. So I'd like to try to start working into the frost region. It's gonna be close, but I do believe we can do it. We're not gonna get far in. We're just gonna run on up to our first message. All we really gotta do is clear a little tunnel and take out a mini boss, and then we're there. So I do believe we can do it. And at least everyone will know what the cold region is. So if you guys want to find this stuff on your own, it's not gonna be a problem. You can start working through it if you're not wanting to wait on another episode.
Fellow sanctified vessel, may Aureus's divine radiance flow through me and into you.
See, we've been at 6 for a while, and we just upgraded, and nothing happened. That's because it's gonna give you more. It's gonna, heal you more now. All right, so from there, so we don't have long, but I do believe we could do the first part of this. So let's go ahead and get ready for next episode by jumping back to the start of the game. We're going to go to the windmill vestige, not side of grace, Brendan. I keep wanting to say that. Oh, man. Alright, so I told you guys at the start of the game that we would get this later on. Well, now is later on. So as we go in, use the key. Just a few regular basic enemies. And as soon as you get through this door, you kind of know what your damage will be like for the area when you fight your first few guys. Not bad, right? I mean, you could have done this earlier, but I don't know. Like, you had the key for a long time, but I don't know. Pretty high level, extremely high level, and even worse is just the sheer damage the enemies are doing, guys. Like, because of the frostbite, not so much their physical, but the frostbite procs. Or, I mean, even the dogs now, they breathe frost. So just standing in the frost they breathe will kill you in a second, maybe 2 seconds flat. Not much though. So let's go and buff on up. Take this shit out. We don't have any more enemies to deal with. Oh, I didn't jump back far enough. Hey, my timing is off. I thought she died. Should click my own device and listen for the dying horse, as I always say. That's what it sounds like. Alrighty. How much mana are we getting when we kill them? Okay, it's very, very gradual. That's fine. Because you're always getting so many enemies thrown at you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sitting there doing a rune test, and I've been looking at the enemies. I was just curious. Did you have that rune on? If I had a different shield that had different shaped rune slots, we could put it on that and get steady mana, restoration. But fortunately, it doesn't fit my shield. But that's okay. Alright, cool. Don't need that no more. Yeah, that's the one for your ammo we picked up. Nimble ring, increased agility attribute. That's that puts a bit of level. Health upon killing an enemy, not so bad. Alright, let's try this again. This time I'm not going to do a room test. I was just curious how much, we're getting as far as mana back on killing enemies. And it's very slight, but man, this game, it throws so many enemies at you that you probably stack up pretty quick, you know what I mean? So, alright, let's get into this. We'll get back to where we were because we do need this boss taken out, by this episode, so I can get you up to the best. I don't want to leave off in the middle doing something. For our last episode, I waited to do that other side path. Alright. We're about to it. Got a few more guys to take out. Oh, that little fucker took it? You little thief. Okay, so nope, it's up here. So right up here you can plant a seedling, and I wouldn't usually recommend it, but if you die to this boss, you have that run back every time. It's not that far, it's just there's a lot of annoying enemies. So this fight here, it's gonna be a big guy, same moveset as the Holy Bulwarks and those big guys we were fighting, right? But he has a frostbite axe. If you have a small shield, this shield I could parry him and nothing will happen with the frostbite. But if you were using a smaller shield and you parry his like axe frostbite attacks, you're gonna have to parry and then hop in the way because the frostbite will still go off. But with this shield, and shields with a lot of stability and bigger shields, when you parry, he won't get that frostbite off, so I don't have to worry about it. Other than that, there's a dog in here with the parasite all the way to the left, back left. We're gonna go for him first. Get the parasite, get the dog. You do not want to go to Umbral. There's an upgrade for our lamp in here, but there's also one of those big Mr. Potato Head face guys, right? So, because of that, we don't want this guy and the big head dude jumping around. This guy's shooting off, arcs of frostbite every which way. We don't need this shit. It's just gonna be too much. So, as you see, if I parry, nothing happens. But if I were to put on, I might, next time I run into one of these guys, I might put on a smaller shield just to show you. Just make him look stupid. God, this poison is impressive. Alright, that's exactly what should have been happening this whole time. And this is how you want to work this fight, guys. Just, take your time, getting hits off. Parry, do it. Booyah. Alright, so we're going to take our wings and get out. That is going to be his helm. That's going to be his weapon. Weapon's guaranteed. The other armor drops are random. And obviously you get a seedling like, you always are gonna, right? So, let's work our way up to the vestige. Now, next episode, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down this way. And, do our armor stuff. There's also going to be a stigma right there. But we don't have the time to do it on this episode, so I'm not gonna, do a shit job here and try to rush important things that people might want to see or might need to see, right? So we'll just pick up next episode doing that. 26. I guess we'll just go up to 30 for now on this. Also, next episode at the start, we might even just go ahead and run through Pilgrim's Perch and just kind of do a weapon grab run where we're just going through and grabbing as many weapons as we can and unlock some pathways for people to be able to explore and get some really good stuff for themselves. So we'll do that. It's that point in the game where we can go get better stuff. So we'll get the Pilgrim's Perch, get some armor sets knocked off the list that people might like, get some helms, get some weapons, and forge large berylliums up to the first visage there. Heading up the path from Pilgrim's Perch to the Manse. to help people out. We'll get over to the memorial, then we'll jump back and start doing this stuff. So probably at least 2 episodes in this zone before we wrap it on up, move up to Upper Calrath, and then up to the Manse. So you guys stay tuned, and we'll be back here shortly to get real close to the end game.